I told you I'm from New York.
Yeah.
We'll get right into it, actually. Hey guys, I'm here today. We were conversing already, but let's just bring you into it. I'm Mackenzie, your host, and I'm here today with comedian, writer, actor,
Yeah. I've played myself in a thing.
creator, producer.
What does creator mean? Of what?
What does creator
Creator's
mean these
like
days?
creator sounds like creator sounds big. I don't know if I'm creator.
I feel like you're definitely a creator. Trapped?
Yes.
That was a creation. I mean, it's so good. I watched a few episodes.
Really?
Of it. Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I did.
thank you.
I loved it.
Thanks.
So Nathan's here today. We're meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is fun because sometimes I know the guests already, so this is cool. I get to like learn everything about you, right? In live in person. And what were we just chatting about? We were chatting about my apartment.
I was telling you your apartment's very nice. This is my first time in LA having fun.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so I don't hate LA.
Yeah.
You know, like people are like, nah, whatever.
It's
But
very love or hate, I feel.
yeah, but this is the first time I've been like, wow. Do you know how hot it is in New York right now?
Oh, I do. Because I had to go back there for a comedy show and I wanted to literally run away. I hated it.
New York summer is I do love living in New York and that's where I'd like to be.
Yeah.
But like New York summer, honestly, the whole city should be covered in cement and we just leave for a while. I would love to be able to winter or summer. I would love to go to in the summer of New York. I'd love to go somewhere where there's winter. Like I'd love to go to Alaska. I'd love to go to Iceland, like tip top of Iceland, whatever like looks directly at the North Pole.
Yeah.
Because
Put
New
me
York
there.
summer is so bad. So when I got here, I was expecting pure heat death. I walk out of the airport. I'm like, oh, it's like cold. And I'm sleeping at night with the windows open, no AC. I go, okay. This is the first time that I've been here and not. I think I can say I like LA.
It's really, as a New Yorker, I love it here.
Yeah.
I love it here. I moved here 6 months ago.
Oh wow, it's that new.
Yeah. So I moved here 6 months ago from New York. This was the first apartment because I didn't know LA at all. I'd been here twice. Once was to do a bunch of casting director workshops, which was kind of scammy and weird.
Of course.
And then the other time I was visiting and staying with my manager to kind of like just be here and see what it's all about. And the first time I stayed, I was all the way over in Santa Monica in this really like little bubble. So I was like, oh my God, LA is gorgeous. But it's obviously way more vast than, rich little Santa Monica. But this was the first apartment that I applied for, and I had my friends look at it because my manager lives in West Hollywood. So I knew I wanted to kind of be around here for like the walkingness of it because a lot of places you can't walk, and I like the New York walk feel. So I applied for this place, I got it, and I was like, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Yeah, this apartment's amazing.
Thank you so much.
No problem. This
The
dog's
view is great.
That wall. I used to live in an apartment in, I'm from Canada originally, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Yeah.
Woo-woo!
So I moved to Toronto years ago, and I lived in the gay village in Toronto, Church and Wellesley. And I only like to say things like this because there's people that are like, I know that place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are like, why are you giving like the streets and the descriptions? I'm like, because I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
And anytime I heard something sometimes that was about Canada or something, like, okay, and I'll remember what I was going to say. But the movie World War Z, I really didn't like because I'm just not a fan of zombie movies.
Was that the zombie one with Brad Pitt?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
And I don't like zombie movies, is what I've come to realize.
I love zombie
They
movies.
run, why? What are we doing? You know it's bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I don't know what it is. There's nothing to really like, nothing happens, I guess. You can't stop this.
Yeah.
So now you're just in your house, boards on your windows, and you're just like, well, I hope they don't come in today. There's just something about it. I just,
It's not for you.
But what do you like about it?
I like the kind of lore of zombies. Like, I like that there are fast ones, there are slow ones, there are like different breeds. Like, I was a Walking Dead fan.
Breeds, yeah.
I was a Walking Dead fan. I loved The Walking Dead until they did some really dirty shit, like with killing some people. I was not a fan of that death. But I don't know. And I love 28 Days Later.
28 Days Later. Do you know that it's like, and I'm going to remember the two things I was going to say. I'm an insane person.
No, I am too. So this is perfect.
But 28 Days Later is like a very expensive movie currently because, okay.
Well, aren't they doing another one? 28 years
I don't
later?
know. Is there?
I think they are.
So there's 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 years. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then 28 decades to be like way in the future.
Yeah.
But that movie, so I have a whole special called Down with Tech.
Yes.
And
Very good, by the way. It's available on YouTube. Watch it.
Thanks so much. And one part of it is that I like owning movies, and I've bought a bunch of them because if it's not on a streaming service, you just can't get it.
No, yes.
And 28 Days Later is one of those movies. It's not on any streamer because something happened with the...
It's not?
No, it's something happened with the production company or something. They're in some kind of... It's not anywhere, so you have to buy it. You need the hard copy of it, unless you want to pirate it, which I talk about. The thing is so disgusting, and I hate it.
I know, the porn pop-up.
I don't want to go to some weird website that's going to eat my whole family.
And I've done it.
I have too.
You have to, in every like 30 minutes or 15 minutes, it like will stop, and then you have to like,
Yeah.
no, it's torture. It's torture.
Big dick, some man. It's so much DraftKings. There's so much like weird garbage. But anyways, that movie is like expensive because you have to have a hard copy of it.
Damn. Now I really want a hard copy of it.
I have one. It came from somewhere, but it's. I'll sell it to you for $1,000.
Hold on to
I think
that.
there's
Hold
some
on to
online.
it.
Some people online are literally selling for like $300, $400.
Oh my
You
God.
can't get it, and this is what will happen with a lot of movies once they leave Amazon. Once they do whatever, and if you don't want to fight through the mountain of dicks to watch your movie, right? If you don't want to just keep pressing a little X while a woman is just like violently shaking her tits, you need to own it, and somebody somewhere will charge a ton of money for it. Video games did this exact same thing. There's so many like Super Nintendo games, old PlayStation games they're so expensive because where are you going to get it?
God, I wish I'd kept all of my old. What was your favorite game console growing up?
Man, I mean, so I did them all. I've been here a while.
Yeah.
So I saw
On Earth.
On Earth.
Right. Just to clarify.
I had a Nintendo. I had a Super Nintendo. I had a Sega Genesis. I've had PS 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is disgusting.
Do you still have them?
I have in my house right now, which is so gross, Mackenzie. I have a PlayStation 3, 4, and 5.
Wow.
Stupid.
All stacked up. They all
on top of each other. Very hillbilly. None of them work. I got a PlayStation 3. I'm still going to remember the two things I was going to say. I have
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back. I literally don't have but anyways, this is great.
No, this whole podcast is like actually like a study on ADHD because I don't have a streamline of thought ever.
Yeah,
so
I jump all over the place. The PlayStation 3 I bought, and I'm going to answer your question. The PlayStation 3 I bought and solely to play Grand Theft Auto 4 because I didn't play it at the time, and I was like, I think this is the best one, and it is the best one. I feel.
Yeah.
Anyways, my favorite one, just because of how like the PlayStation 2 is probably the best one that's been out, that's happened. Super Nintendo really kicked ass too. But the Nintendo 64, when I was a kid and I walked into Blockbuster and they had a little display where you could play Super Mario 64. To see that as a small boy, a small Canadian snow-covered syrup-drinking boy, I was like, oh, me and my brother were like blown away.
That's when life was good, you know?
Dude.
Those were the best years.
Somebody posted, I think this tweet has been like, it has like millions of retweets or something, but it's some guy being like, you're 13, you have 4 friends over, you have pizza and Mountain Dew or something, you're about to play Goldeneye, and little do you know, this is the best life is ever gonna get.
No, it's so real. I mean, we would be in my friend Lauren's basement all the time. We'd watch like back-to-back scary movies. We'd have food. We would just be silly. Sleepovers, all of our friends like on the floor. I miss it.
This is one reason I made, I talked so much about tech. I dislike, it's not like I don't like tech. This is tech right now. I get messages from people that are like, oh, it's pretty ironic that it's on YouTube. I go, I'll come to your house. I'll come to your house. If you want me to come to your house and do the whole thing in your living room, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But like, I dislike the we're never bored anymore. People literally spend like $600 to go to a retreat where you can just live like the 90s.
I know, you pay thousands of dollars to not be on your phone.
Yes, and that aspect of life does really bother me. Even when you play video games now, if you want to play them multiplayer, you're online with a headset and you need the internet and you can't, you might not even be in the same room as people. And it's just, there's something about it that's just not, like being bored, being at somebody's house as a kid and being bored. Sometimes we thought that was the worst. It's the best. It's the best. It's one of the best things that ever happened.
It's like genuinely therapy to not like to be hanging out with somebody and not need a phone. And and I do a lot of TikTok and content creation, and I can feel that like brain rot is so real.
Yes.
Like I'll be sitting there. And there's not like, I realized the other day, I had something on all day long, whether it was scrolling on my phone or a podcast or I had something on. It was just constant stimulation. And I was like, hold on a second. So I was like, I ended up getting in my car, and instead of putting anything on, I just was in silence. And it was almost like my brain was like, oh, like we're so not okay.
We're not okay.
We're not okay.
I fully agree with that. We're not okay.
We're not, and I feel like we're not getting better. It feels
Not getting
like
better.
we're getting worse.
Getting way worse.
Way worse.
The lady who now I've only remember one thing I was going to say, and I'm going to say it real quick.
Yes, and then we'll circle all the way back.
We're coming right back because I'll remember this thing. But I used to live in the gay village in Toronto, Church and Wellesley, and the apartment that I had, the wall that looked at all of the windows on this side, because we didn't have any windows on this side.
Yeah.
There was only one side, and the apartment was the next apartment was like this close.
Yeah.
So is strict. I could have opened my window and hit the building.
Pass something to each other.
Absolutely.
Share sugar.
If there was a window there, but it was just a brick wall.
Oh.
But I could like just touch it, and you go, huh. So I know. This is way better than we didn't have any sun on that side.
Oh yeah.
We didn't have any sun. There was nothing over here. But it was yeah, but I just got into Toronto too, kind of, and I was like, oh, big city living. This is what it is.
What is Nova Scotia? Is it like small town?
That's a good question. What is Nova Scotia?
What is Nova Scotia?
Nova Scotia is a province in the east coast of Canada.
Okay.
It's part of the Maritimes.
Okay.
So New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia, and Cape Breton. But Cape Breton is part of Nova Scotia. But Nova Scotia is a province. I'm from Halifax. It's like the city. It's the biggest city there. It's probably the size of like.
It's city, not country.
Nova Scotia itself is basically country.
Okay.
But Halifax is a city. It's probably the size of like Cincinnati.
Halifax sounds so English to me. Halifax.
Well, it's named after Lord Halifax, who was a lord
Of England? Well, there you go. Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. I think that's right. There is a Lord Halifax. I could have just made up the thing that I said.
This episode is dedicated to Lord Halifax. I want to name my children Lord
dig
Halifax.
Them up. Lord and Halifax.
Yeah, Lord Halifax.
So to go back to brain rot,
yes,
right?
Brain rot.
We are in hell, and we're not getting any better. And now you watch a video that basically tells you how to not be on your phone. Like there's things that are like, well, just get up. And, don't look at your phone for the first hour, whatever they say. We have ladies who are, I'm not against this woman by any stretch. I'm really not. But, like, we're making a lady who said she would spit on a dick famous.
I can't.
And here's the thing. Mackenzie, when I say this, I'm truly not against this lady by any stretch.
No, she seems sweet.
I hope she makes $2.5 trillion for her and her family. I'm more like... One, I really don't like man on the street stuff. Can we stop bothering drunk people?
I know.
They're just drunk. She's just a lady having a good time. Leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Leave her the fuck alone.
And now she's going to quit her job, move to LA, and the thing that's weird to me about it.
She's a manager.
Is it's like, what makes certain people really like pop off? Like that feels industry plant to me. But she's not. She's a country girl from the South. I think she's from like Tennessee or something. It's just so, I don't know.
There's also a part that's like, and again, man on the street, we got to leave it alone. Stop talking to drunk people. I bet those man on the street guys are upset that nobody. It's like if nobody cared that Scorsese made The Irishman. If The Irishman came out and people are like, this movie's great, and he's like, I directed it. They're like, shut up. Yeah. They must literally be like, but we found the fucking dick spitter.
I don't even know who it was.
No, who would? Why? There's no reason you're on the street bothering people. Get the fuck. Go home. Fuck's sake.
Content, you know?
Content. And now this lady is doing the same type of deal. I'm sure she'll make fucking whatever. What is crazy, there's one part of it too that makes me go, everybody's so mad at Hollywood, right? In quotes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. When Hollywood was in charge, they didn't get everything right all the time. A lot of bad things happened, of course. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I mean, I can't say for the most part. They tried to, when they decided who we should like, they a lot of times these like good actors.
Yes.
Good music, whatever the fuck it was.
Like 70s cinema prime.
So good. A lot of stuff in the 80s kicks ass. A lot of stuff in the 90s is great, and there's been stuff over the last few years that has been made I think is amazing.
Yeah.
Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Speaking of Hollywood,
I loved that movie.
So
I
good.
love Quentin Tarantino.
He's great.
I love his movies.
But when Hollywood stops being the thing and we decide what we like, sometimes we have a lady who spits on a dick, a guy riding a longboard drinking ocean spray, a lady who gorilla glued hair to her head, and all of these people end up getting managers and like agents, and you go, all right, fine, cool, but what the fuck are we doing, Mackenzie?
It's something that I struggle with every single day, because there's like this pretentious part of me that's like, but what about the craft of it all? Like, because I don't know, like I went to theater school and like I'm an actor and I take it like really seriously and I love to do it and I love like the history of it and the craft of it and the work and I just feel like that's kind of all being thrown away.
Gone.
And people who are up and coming, like there are some great actors and stuff, but there a lot of the time when I'm watching stuff, I'm like, whew, it's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But it's like we just kind of say, no, it's not. It's good. Like I don't know how you feel about Kim Kardashian. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I don't know. I watched her on American Horror Story and I thought it was some of the worst acting I've ever seen. And then I see a lot of comments that are like, she's actually really good. I'm like,
but they're basing it on the fact that she's good for a person that they know is not going to be good.
True.
So they're like, it's better than I thought.
Yeah.
You know
but
what I mean?
scares me about that is now she's going to come out with this other show. Now she's like getting into the TV space and she's going to be with Glenn Close and somebody else who's also an Oscar winning actor. And I'm like, what is going, like that role I feel should go to somebody who is like,
but we're way past that. We are now in the realm of, are you famous?
Help, guys. Help.
Seriously, there's no help. These people are violently shitting while they watch this. And they'll scroll right past it and watch another lady, eat a fucking cactus or whatever, and then she's cactus girl, whatever the hell.
No.
But now it does seem to just be like, if you are famous, you do things. So you watch a lot of movies, and sometimes you go, they're just putting this person into this role because they are a name.
Yeah.
And you go, I hope when Kim Kardashian's in the thing with Glenn Close, there's two things that could happen. Glenn Close could help her become a better actress.
Yeah, like elevate her up. Yeah.
Or Kim Kardashian could help Glenn Close become a better woman in terms of more tits, bigger ass. Like Glenn Close
She might leave with a BBL.
Exactly. She might leave with a
Glenn.
giant, huge, can't get through a door ass.
I hope so. I think that's the cultural reset we need.
Glenn Close gets an ass. Maybe that would make everybody go, guys, I think we've gone too far. Meryl Streep now has like massive. She's kicking her tits down the street. Like, what are we doing?
The Matrix is broken.
Yeah, we've broken. I feel we are there. It's broken.
Oh no, it's like there are like I don't know how you feel about like conspiracy theories and stuff, but I had my friend Natalie on here and we got into conspiracy theories. Just like the idea that we are in a matrix and different timelines and everything. I'm like, you know what? I believe it. I believe it all at this point. I'm like, how can this be real? Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. We've just shifted so much as a culture into, but they want us like this. They want us to be kind of numb and just like scroll, not take anything. Because my attention span these days is like, I'll be mid-sentence and forget what the hell I'm talking about. It's devastating.
Yeah.
But here we are.
I know.
And I'll keep pumping it out.
I am, yeah, I don't know. I try to get better with my attention span and stuff. I try to stay off stuff. Sundays, I don't go on any social media, and it's my favorite day. And I kind of want to do that on more days. Because even when I go on there, I'm like, what am I really doing? What's happening here? I don't care. I don't really go on TikTok. I do find TikTok to be... I hope they ban it.
I hope they don't.
I hope they ban it, and I apologize, Mackenzie. I'm so sorry. I'll take over your rent.
But
I can't do that.
Like brain-wise, they really should.
It should be fully toasted and banned. I'd also like to see, this is just me, I'd like to see porn cost money again.
Yeah.
I think that would probably, look, I don't know anything about anything, but TikTok, I go on TikTok and I find it to be like such a cheap-looking, ugly app that I can't, thankfully I can't even get into it.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it that like makes me want to do this. It's so ugly.
Yeah.
And cheap looking.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Like cheap.
And the thing of it is, most people don't care at all about that anymore. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no one really like. There are some people that sit there and do really high production value, but those videos tend to do worse than the ones that are just like messy and.
I'm not even talking about the content on it. I'm talking about the app itself.
Oh, the app itself.
It's like an ugly, cheap-looking McDonald's type thing. It's like an app you would find in the Play Place. It's not. It doesn't. It's just gross.
Well, and then
it's
there's
like
TikTok Shop,
I don't. Oh, you can buy things straight off TikTok.
and it's like, where is that coming from?
Hell, some
know?
hell. The ninth circle of fucking
This is the
hell.
devil's department store.
Yes, gross. And people are so jacked up on fucking Mountain Dew Code Red and just straight videos to the eyes. It's
Yeah.
two forms of if people that eat mostly fast food and watch a lot of TikTok, to me, you're eating fast food twice.
Yeah.
You've put it in here and in here.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, and we go, why are people so mad? Hard to say. We're giving people nothing. No, there's no nutrients anywhere. You have a full stomach of hell and a brain of hell, and so you're ready to just fucking kill somebody. You're ready to snap at any point in time.
Yeah, and it's an election year, so it's gonna get crazy. It's already getting absolutely insane.
Yeah, I would love it to be banned, and I know people get upset. I talked to some lady. I was like, "What do you watch on there?" She goes, "Everything." I go, "What does that mean?" Like, just give me what's a thing. Can I say this to you? Because I know there's
Say anything to me.
Thanks, Mackenzie.
Anything.
I find it aggressively crazy.
Yeah.
When adults, tax-paying adults, who have seen one day of the 90s, a few days of the 80s, say to my eyes or message me and say, "But I learn on TikTok." Motherfucker, I'll come to your house. What are you? You're an adult who pays tax. If you're 8 to 14 and you go, "I learn on there." All right.
Yeah.
You missed books.
Yeah.
You missed a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But an adult human person who pays for a car, a house, taxes. The IRS comes to their house and goes, "You need to help us with roads. You need to give us money for roads, and we're not even going to put the money into the roads, but you need to give us that money, and we're going to tell you it's for the
We're
roads."
gonna pocket it, but
And you tell me to my face, my eyes, or you DM me and you go, "But I learn on TikTok." There's something about it that like really hurts my fucking soul, Mackenzie.
Yeah.
It breaks my goddamn dick right in half.
No, I get it.
And
I
by
get
dick,
it.
I mean brain.
Yeah.
It shatters both of them. Broken in two.
Obliterated.
Because what the fuck? What did you do before this then? You wandered around doing, so you learned nothing from 1989 to 2017? Nothing. Wandered around eating trees, whatever it is that you did.
Yeah.
And now you go, now I'm finally starting to learn in 40-second fucking chunks.
yeah, it's really like the human race. It's really bad for the human race. But I will say, apparently in China, TikTok is completely different. Apparently it's like educational content and STEM and like, but now here it's just like I'm gonna see if I still have a picture of it because I screenshotted. I came across the other night this TikTok live of this man and woman, both wearing cat ears. He was shirtless. He must have been 50. She was probably 28. Clearly a couple. And they were doing that that like thing where people send you gifts and then you're like, "Oh, ice cream so good, blah, 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 blah." Have you seen any of that?
I don't go on TikTok.
Oh my God. I'm going to show you a screenshot.
Please, Mackenzie, a screenshot is fine.
I took a screenshot because
I
I
will not
couldn't
watch this
believe
video.
my eyes.
Yeah.
Unless I deleted it out of embarrassment, which actually I think I did.
If you want to talk conspiracy theories,
I deleted it because I was so ashamed I hadn't screenshotted it.
if you want to talk conspiracy theories, there is a conspiracy. And I'm not saying that this is a thing but this is a
I
conspiracy
already
theory.
believe you.
Just end the podcast right there. There's a conspiracy that TikTok was made to basically sink America. Because, okay, if it is true that China has educational content, China's not really, I don't know if, China's not fucking around regardless.
Oh, yeah, no.
This is, and I'm pointing now to America, this is, and I guess a lot of like, the first world, you could say. It's getting fucking loose, dude.
Yeah.
Loose. People are covered in butter. We're not doing anything. It's loose as fuck.
Yeah.
So if China is, and this place in China do not get along, and China's not fucking around.
No.
Look into, China's not and has not been for a long time fucking around.
Yeah.
So if they're all educational and over here is slop, pure slop. Even if you tell somebody, I mean, every once in a while, a politician will try to be like, "Hey, we're going to regulate soda, and I'm saying soda for America, but I would say pop where I'm from.
Yeah.
And they go, and people try to pull themselves out of their fucking scooters, and they're like, "Fuck you, freedom." Okay, motherfucker, lose your feet. Yeah. And then you watch hell. So the conspiracy goes that TikTok will eat everybody's brain, so that when China comes, what you gonna do, dude? Basically, Hulk Hogan style. Cause you know what people do? If there was a tank, a red fucking tank rolling down the street, and it was China, and they're like, we're here now, and all of our kids have been working out and shit and watching fucking smart stuff, while you guys have literally been laying in shit, wearing cat ears, buying things from hell.
Yeah, literally.
We'll kill you, and now we own you, and what are you going to do? And people would record it.
Yeah.
People would sit here and be like, oh, there's a Chinese tank on my street. Dead.
Well, not because
that's a conspiracy. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen.
This isn't a political comment, but even what just happened with the shooting, how the people standing behind him didn't even duck. They just took out their phones and started filming some of them. Mm-hmm. Like we're not logical thinkers anymore, and there's so many times too where I get sucked into TikTok because I'm on it because I create a lot, but I read things and I see things that are just people are willfully illogical these days. Like they enjoy being illogical, and they're like, I know this doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna run with it anyway, and I'm gonna convince myself that this is true. It's really
well. The internet loves ignorant, fun, fucking face tattooed, big titted psychosis.
Yeah,
just a full fucking mess of shit. People fighting each other. People fucking. None of it makes any. Not everything doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. A lot of the stuff that does not make. Like again, not to bring it back to this lady. And I, do you know how many women would say the thing that she said? And here's the thing that shocks me about it in a little way. Is there anybody out there that thinks or is okay with people just sucking a dick dry? Is there anybody? Is this like if this is again? You better be 8 if you see that lady and go, oh shit, that's cool. You better be 8 if you pay tax.
Yeah.
If you pay like what? How have we been sucking dick all these years? Wet.
How are we just learning this?
That's what I mean. You're like, what are you talking about? How is this a thing? What is this? Why are people going to meet and greets with this fucking lady? This lady's booked. This lady gets booked to go to places, and people show up. Like there's somebody somewhere that's like,
she has to hire security. She has security guards now that like surround her.
And again, it's not
her. No, I
don't care about her.
We're not hating on her at all.
Don't care about her. The
culture.
But there's somebody at home that are like, honey, look, we missed the Beatles. We weren't here but the Hawk 2, we got to go see it.
Yeah.
So they get in their car. They put their fucking Crocs on. They drive. I would assume that most people that want to see this lady are wearing Crocs.
Yeah.
They got their Crocs on. They're crocking. They got the little push pin fucking, it's all
giblets?
rainbow.
Or giblets?
Is that what they're fucking called?
Oh, yeah. They're little giblets. Or giblets.
I'm not single, but I'll tell you this, I'm serious. If I was single and I walked into a woman's house, and this is me, I got like a hard and fast fucking dumb rule. If I walked into a woman's house and she has Crocs, I'm turning around. I'm done. I'm out.
What if they're platform?
Done. I'm out. I'm not crocking. No Crocs.
Listen.
And I just learned that they were called giblets. And I
want to make sure that first one saved.
But anyways, Crocs are the TikTok of shoe wear.
Yeah.
Footwear, shoe wear.
They have heels now too.
What do you mean?
They have Croc heels, where like there's a heel on it.
Please, can I see a picture of this?
Yeah.
But so
fine.
this lady is not necessarily the issue, but like there's somebody that goes, I have to go meet this lady. Like she gets paid money to have people, and people get in their cars and they drive there for fucking what? Why?
It's insane.
What the fuck? What the fuck have we fucking decided to do? Yeah.
Croc heels. Sponsored by, this episode is sponsored by Crocs. No.
Is Crocs one of your sponsors?
No,
That'd be amazing.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, they're just like, stop doing it. There's every once in a while I do a podcast and I make fun of DraftKings and somebody's like, you fucking.
Oh yeah, because they throw money at the pods. Do you have sponsors on your podcast?
No, I did my podcast, quit it, went back, quit it again. I do now episodes sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
It's a lot of work. I don't have sponsors yet on this one either. Mm-hmm. But I also just don't. This for me also is just like kind of a love thing. Like I just love talking to people, and I don't know. I'm not very business savvy. Are you?
No. What are you talking about? No.
Wait,
I yell about companies all day.
We gotta
it's like
talk
the
about
stupidest
you.
thing you can do.
I know.
Dumbest. But I've attacked most companies. I've attacked Apple, Elon Musk, Facebook, McDonald's, Crocs. I mean, I'm fucked.
I know.
But I'm you know what I mean? I'm fucked.
But you know what? We need that. We need.
Great. I'll live under a bridge.
We need
and I'll yell these fucking things.
Because everyone, you know what? The thing is now everyone is brand safe. Everyone wants, and like I'm guilty of this too. Like I mean, honestly, if you watch any of my content, I'm not the most brand safe. There's always a little bit of a political like something with my stuff. Like I like to like, I don't know. I like to do stuff that's a little more, I don't know, substantial. Not, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But everyone now wants to be brand safe because brand deals and like, so everything kind of gets this washed out kind of like universal. Nothing's really.
But there is no, I bet you there is no real brand savvy. Because if you spit on a dick or talk about, you don't even have to spit on a dick. There are women who have spit on dicks on camera and they got nothing.
Which is really messed
up.
up.
They didn't even get a fucking Uber home. The goddamn production company was like, oh, we're going to give you whatever the fuck it is, $300, $400. They get mocked. I'm going for it here. They get mocked by everybody on the fucking set. As soon as they're done, they get thrown a fucking towel, got to go wipe cum off their fucking face. Nobody gets like a goddamn Uber home. They actually sucked the fucking dick. They blew the guy with the fucking, they spit on it.
They don't Uber them home.
And we look at them like pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but people go, what a fucking dumb whore, slut bitch, loser fucking... This lady talks about it, which again, I can't even understand why anybody's like, spitting on a dick, revolutionary.
Yeah.
She's getting fucking... I guess the whole point of what I was about to say is that there is no brand anything because... I wonder who will sponsor this lady. I wonder what brands will come behind her and do something because they will.
Yeah.
There's brand bullshit until you fucking get numbers and you're famous and then none of them give a fuck. Nobody cares about nothing. If you get numbers from, let's say you made a video where you fucking ate a guy and somehow, like I'm talking ate, cooked, cut up.
Yeah.
Cook, mate.
There actually is a video out there of a man. Did you ever see that? Where, well, this was not that weird. It kind of was. He like lost his leg and then fed his friends tacos. That went viral.
With his leg? His leg
they like
meat?
cooked his leg meat.
But let's say that blew up. Let's say that blew up. Like
Yeah.
blew up.
Yeah.
There's companies and shit that be like, we're cannibal fucking people now.
Yeah.
Nike, just eat it. They would have people. Nobody cares about nothing. But and I'm not saying like whatever, but like money's the thing. So if this thing can make money, hey man, eat guys.
Yeah.
Eat a guy.
Yeah.
Eat more guys. Look, your numbers are down because you only ate like one guy. Have you ever thought about eating like a short Asian man? Maybe for like diversity? Have you ever thought about like eating a very tall woman?
I haven't personally.
Not you, but I'm saying this is what
this
is what like a manager would say to somebody. Look, man, you got to maybe eat two
we
people.
got to diversify the content.
Yes, maybe eat two people next week.
Eat twins.
Yes, eat twins. Eat twins. My God, if you could eat twins.
Better if they're identical.
Please eat identical twins. Please eat and men would probably do better online. So if you could eat two identical male twins and hot too. If they're hot, they got chests, big fucking peck meat, and you cut them both, you fry it all, and you're like, whose pecs are who? And they're hanging dead. You eat them. We'll be back in the goddamn algorithm game.
That's good content.
That's content.
Yeah, eat people. Great content.
Yeah, eat people. But like, so I get that people go, you know, we have to be brand, whatever. But then, whatever. If you get numbers,
yeah.
But I also have. I've never. A lot of my podcasts. I mean, it's called Positive Anger, and it was me yelling about stuff. So there's a lot of. There's a lot of things that I just didn't go. But I don't want to either. Like, I do think Mark Zuckerberg's a monster. I do think that Steve Jobs is kind of a loser. I do think Musk is a fucking criminal dork.
Yeah.
And so there is, you know, I don't know.
Where are we going? You know, like what?
I'm going to live under a bridge, Mackenzie.
Literally.
No, I'm going to live under a bridge.
Give me a hobbit house. Like, I genuinely would like to live in a little hobbit house on a hillside in like Greenland or Iceland.
Either one.
Either one.
I mean, New Zealand. You can go wherever you want.
New Zealand. Where do they film Lord of the Rings?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Those little. You ever see those videos of tiny homes?
Yes.
They just look like there's just. I don't want that tiny, but I definitely don't want like when I was a kid. I used to see whatever you call it, MTV Cribs and all that type of shit.
It. Yeah.
And you'd go like, it'd be so cool to have 9 bedrooms I don't use.
That was the start of brain rot, I think.
You think?
I think those shows, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, there was
Next
definitely
Bus.
in that realm of reality stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably. But I used to see a house like that and be like, that's so cool. And then you grow up and you're like, it's disgusting. Have a house with like 2 bowling alleys?
Oh, I know. Absorbent like displays of wealth is kind of wild to me. Like,
Yeah.
but that's it's I don't know. It's really we're so broken in every single sense of the word that I see these videos of people, the homeless talking to homeless people and like giving them, a meal. But then you have people living in like multi-million dollar mansions. Like, and then you watch Selling Sunset and it's like these houses that are just insane. And then the people that live there are usually horrible people. So
can I say, I mean, people that record giving money to homeless people or giving them food, there's a part of that bothers me.
yeah.
There's a part of, and I'm not saying there's a part of Mr. Beast that bothers me. There's a part of like,
Yeah.
I gave every kid in Kenya a banana. There's just something about it that's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Well, and isn't it kind of crazy that we could take all of this money and just fix all the problems that we have, but we just don't?
Here's what we need to do. I don't know, and I don't know anything. And there's also some really good stuff going on out there. Just to make, you know what I mean?
No.
There's
I mean, we're here doing this.
we could get Jimmy Carter back in office. He's still alive. I mean, he's in a hospice.
How old is he? 100?
98 maybe.
I mean, with
I don't know
what
the
we've got
exact.
going on, he's right on par with.
Yeah, I don't know the exact age. He might be 97. He's in there.
He's a good man. He builds houses.
I watched a documentary about him. Little bitty. I watched a documentary about him on the plane the other day called Carterland. And you watch it and you go, what a beautiful man.
Yeah.
What a fucking little peanut-headed peanut farmer. What
Yeah.
a beautiful little man.
Yeah.
And he's still out there. I say put him back.
He's still out there because he's not problematic and he's a good person and he's being rewarded for that. You know?
Yeah.
I think. But then you got these people that are living a really long time that shouldn't be either. So
There's
who knows?
do you not okay, so do you think there's no good right now in the world?
No, I think there is. I was joking.
Well, what's a good thing?
I think a good. Oh God, the fact that I can't even honestly think of something off the top of my head.
I'll give you a couple.
Okay.
These are small dumb things.
Yeah.
Connecting with humans,
Always good.
very good. The woods.
Oh, the woods are great. I'm a woods person. Are you a woods person?
Sometimes it depends on what it is, but I like what it is, and I like what they do. I like the
Trees
woods.
are good.
I like that they're there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to camp. But I do. I like a wood. I like a wood. I love a diner.
Have you been up to Big Sur?
No,
You should go.
I'll go.
Where the big trees are. Oh my God, what are they called?
The last time I was in redwood trees.
Redwoods. Oh my God.
I was in San Francisco last year. Well, Sunnyvale, and I drove up to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And driving around Northern California is one of the greatest things ever.
It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Loved it. Diners. I love a diner. Mm-hmm. I like. I posted in my stories today. It's the stupidest thing ever. But you ever see? You know what nuts.com? It's just like nuts. It's just like peanuts or almonds or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just like a bag, and it just says nuts.com. And then they have a little picture of like a peanut wearing a hat.
Yeah. That's good.
I love it. It just makes me. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
makes me.
yeah.
I just go, look at that little peanut. He's just a peanut with a hat. There's an N on it for nuts, and he's a nut, and it just makes me laugh.
It's good old fashioned nut humor.
Think of there's something that happened.
Nuts are classic.
Nuts are classic. There's something that happened recently that I saw that I was like, oh, that's so fucking nice.
I like old people.
I love old people.
I really like old people.
Yeah, they're great.
They're the best.
When people just blindly go, every old person is racist and needs to die. It's crazy. It's such a wild thing to say.
Yeah.
Little old. I mean, Jimmy Carter. Lots of old. They're just great. They know stuff. They're nice.
There was a video of this old man. Do you know Chappell Roan? She's like a new pop singer.
Yeah,
I
I do.
love her. She's something good in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there was she was singing Pink Pony Club, and there was like a video of a man, like an older man, must have been like in his 60s, 70s, like dancing and singing along. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good old person right there.
Music is good.
Dogs are good. Animals are
Dogs are
good.
the best. Little dogs are the best. Yeah, I love a
There
Chihuahua.
is a lot of good. It's just an overarching sense of doom.
But that's why also I do think there's an overarching sense of doom. But this is also why. So even looking at all this stuff, I read a bunch of books and watched a bunch of video like interviews with people in tech when I was making Down with Tech.
Yeah.
And
Available on YouTube.
thank you. Some of the stuff you learn and see and hear is so bad
Yeah.
and so awful and so really sad
Yeah.
that I was depressed. Like I watched some interviews and I was really, really upset. But then one day you just kind of go, there is an overarching sense of doom. However, we can't really control it.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of too, like you can yell about it, you can bitch about it, whatever. But then there is also like, you got to try to find some kind of decency. That's why I was like, we can also talk about some good. There's some good.
There's good things
Do you
to
know what I
talk
mean?
about. Of course, there's
I like birds.
Your
Birds are
career.
cool.
We got to talk about your life a little bit too.
Oh, okay.
While we're here.
All right. What do you want to?
Okay, wait. So let's go back to.
I yell so much. There's almost like
No,
there's
I
almost
love it.
no.
I love it.
But anytime I go on a podcast, people could probably just be like, "Yeah, just you know what I mean."
I'm gonna head out. You just.
I don't really do interview type things in terms of like I sit and I answer the things because I just talk.
yeah.
But anyway, sorry. Yes.
Well, I'm just curious about you growing up in Canada. You live now in New York.
Yeah.
When did you get into comedy? You've been doing it a while.
1,000 years since the 80s.
You're one of Variety's comics to watch.
The list came out today.
Woo! Today?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
The thing is tonight. There's like what do you call it? Like a reception
Oh,
thing. They
cool.
give us an award.
Are you going?
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm in
you,
LA.
You gotta go. Yeah. Oh, duh. Sick.
But
Are you gonna go?
They give us an award.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's fun. When did I? So I whatever. So when my mom always watched stand up when I was a kid, so it was always on in the house, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So since I was like 10, I decided I wanted to do stand up.
Wow.
Yeah, but now, and I think it's in the thing, because whatever. When the lady called me to interview me for Variety, I just also yelled a bunch of shit, and she was like, "Do you have any advice for young comedians?" And I was like, "Yes. Don't buy any pens. Don't get any paper. Get hot. Get fucking hot. If I could go
Yeah.
back, I'd be hot.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Fucking sick jawline, abs and shit, and just be hot.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing you could possibly do with your life.
Just be hot.
Or be so unbelievably interesting looking.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
just like you got a dented head.
Yeah.
Your fucking right and shoulders like a can of soup.
Yeah, but then you have to be really talented. You can't
I
just.
don't know.
Well, on TikTok, you'll be viral. But
Dented headed can shoulder man.
yeah, he would be a sensation. Are you kidding?
But yeah, I just always wanted to do stand up. So kind of as soon as I could, I started doing it. And I think it's great. I just really like it.
Well, you're really good at it.
Thanks. It's a
Yeah.
lot of yelling. I need to calm down. Mackenzie, I swear to God, I should just be like a regular comedian. And I go up with jokes and I stand and I say the joke and then I wait and then I say another joke.
The formula.
But I don't do that. It's a lot of just beaking.
But I feel like you have such great, like when I was watching your special Down with Tech, I watched a little bit last night. I finished it this morning. There's such a great cadence to your comedy. Like it really, it goes, it flows. And
Thanks.
the audience is just, you're there because there's nowhere else to go. You know what I mean?
They're trapped.
Like
The
trapped,
doors are locked.
Trapped.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's a
funny.
good trapped. It's like, ooh, okay, this is like high paced, high energy. I'm in it.
No, thanks.
It's great. It's
Thank you.
great. You guys really should watch it. It's great. And you have another special too that's a couple years old.
It's from last year.
Oh, last year.
It's called Money Never Wakes. It's all
Yes.
about money.
That's also, I
this
started
thing's-
watching that, but I couldn't finish
And
it.
it's also screaming. Couldn't finish it.
I couldn't bear
I
it.
threw up. Yeah, you're like,
No, I
"Whoa."
ran out of time.
Yeah, last year I did a whole special about money. This year I did one that's about tech. And yeah, thanks. I guess some of these things, because you would probably have this too with like making stuff. You just go, I'm a fucking idiot. What I do is wrong, clearly.
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So no matter what it is, even if other people go, hey, but I like it, you go, yeah, but it's stupid because I'm doing it, you know? So
Yeah,
if somebody
yeah.
else was doing it, then it's cool.
Yeah.
Because they're cool.
That's the imposter syndrome.
Yes, but
Do you have
me,
that?
of course. But I don't even have. I'm like a. In my head, sometimes I'm like a weird little gargoyle man who yells things.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then when somebody is like, "Hey, no, it's good," you're like, and I seriously
You
am
hate it.
getting better at it because you have to accept things in this universe.
Yeah.
But like, it's hard for me to accept compliments.
Yeah.
When I was doing my podcast way more regularly, somebody messaged me once and they go, "You hate compliments," because she would message me every once in a while and be like, "I really like this thing. This thing was really funny, blah blah," and I would just be like, "Thank you, thank you." But if somebody said something to me that was more, I'm very open to talking to people. So if they were like, "Hey, what you said made me think of this," then I'm, you know what I mean?
Right.
But she'd just be like, "This thing's funny." I'd be like, "Thanks, appreciate it." And then one day she was just like, "You hate compliments." She was like, "You really can't like accept them." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Who the fuck are you?" And not in a bad way, but I was just like, "How the fuck can you notice that?"
Yeah.
From how I am.
She's like, I'm actually a medium and I'd like to consult with you.
I wish. That'd be great. I'd love to talk to a medium.
I love that shit. Are you
Tarot
into that?
cards and that type of deal.
Yeah.
I've
never done it because I'm scared.
You've
but-
never done a tarot card reading?
No.
A friend of mine used to do that a lot, so I've had a few tarot card readings.
Good stuff in there? Good-
Yeah.
Yeah, they're positive.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's weird. Do you know? Are you into astrology?
Yeah. I'm not like I know every sign, but I am into it. I
don't know.
believe
You
it.
don't know the 12?
I know them, just not when they are.
Okay.
Or like
Yeah,
I know
I don't either.
mine, and I know my rising and my star or my moon.
Yeah, I
or
don't know
whatever.
any of that.
Yeah.
But when is your? What is your? What are
I'm a
you?
Taurus,
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo. So I don't really know what Virgo.
The only reason I even bring up astrology, I'm not big into astrology, but I used to work at Starbucks at Bears Lake in Halifax. And hopefully there's somebody that's like, anyways.
That's my Starbucks.
That's my goddamn. I used to work there, and there was a guy that would come in, and when I was working there, I was really just like Beacon. I would talk to everybody,
Yeah.
and I was just having a good time. So this guy used to come in all the time, and he's like, "What do you?" He's like, "What do you do? What do you want to do?" I was like 16 at the time, and I was like, "I want to be a comedian," and he was like, "Shit." He's like, "I can see that," and then he goes, "Do you know anything about astrology?" He was like an astrologist.
Oh, that's cool.
So one day he goes, "I'm going to bring you your chart. I'm going to bring you a thing." And I go, "Okay." And I'm just in my head, I'm like, whatever, fine. Like sometimes you go to a restaurant and they would have like the placemat or whatever would be like something,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd read those and you're like, "Oh, that's interesting," whatever, but I'm not living and dying by it. But anyways, he brought in like a whole chart, like a little a whole folder with all Virgo stuff.
Wow.
And on my break, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, yeah, all right. There's definitely some things in here that I fully relate to,
Yeah.
But that's it. So anyways, to say with tarot card stuff, I'm sure there are people who have had like bad ones, but
Because I feel like you can spin it. You can always be like,
yeah. That's the thing.
I'm always afraid I'm going to get like the tower or something where it's like
What's
that's
that?
a bad. I don't even know, but I just know that's a bad one. Like, you
Is
don't
the
want
tower bad?
Tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I've
Because
just-
death
that's
is
what I
not even
hear.
bad.
No, that's like a restart.
Could be.
Yeah.
But that's, again, somebody spinning it. It could be the other way. So who the fuck knows? But
Yeah.
it's interesting. I don't know. Some of that stuff I do kind of find
That can be your next
interesting.
special.
So the tarot cards?
Astrology and-
Yeah. The mysticism.
Yeah, mysticism.
Did you ever use a Ouija board?
No. But there is a part of me that wants to so badly, and then the other part of me, it's like, I would never in my life. Have you?
Yeah. One time we were like, probably like 15, 16. My friend had one, and we used it at a friend of ours' house, and it was weird. It was like a weird...
Did it work? Like,
I think so, but I don't really know. It was weird. It was just like weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
My eyes are like,
It was just an
I'm
odd
fascinated by that stuff.
fucking experience, and I wasn't cool with it. I thought it was awful.
Yeah.
One stupid. I mean, this isn't like just like a creepy thing that happened. So I had when I was a kid, I had a closet that had just a whole bunch of shit in it, and there was a clown in there. I don't like clowns.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I guess my mom thought I fucking did. I don't know. So there's a bunch of clown shit in my room.
Oh my God.
It was
scary.
awful. Like
And you,
almost like that
hated
Simpsons
clowns.
episode where his bed was a clown and the whole. It was like
Yeah.
there was a picture of a clown at the end of my bed that I hated. My mom had this little like clown that it was like a doll, but the hands, feet, and head were ceramic or porcelain or whatever.
I hated those like half stuffed animal, half ceramic
Yeah, it was
dolls.
weird.
They were freaky.
And this thing, it laughed. It had like a little string, and it laughed.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was in my closet for years under a bunch of shit. And one night I'm trying to go to sleep. This is later, so my whole room now is not. My room was like clown shit when I was probably like 10. This is now I'm like, whatever, 15. No more clown stuff. But that clown is in the closet. And one night I'm trying to go to sleep, and the clown just starts laughing. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So it's just laughing. So I went to my closet and found it.
Oh my God.
And it's laughing. And then it freaked me the fuck out. I put it outside. And then the next day I told my friend, and he was like, that clown's possessed, man. So we went and burned it in the woods.
Which I don't think you're supposed to do.
No. And also, I don't know what was in it, but it burned like really dark, black, thick smoke. So me and him kind of took that as like, it was like a fucking haunted goddamn clown.
Meanwhile, it's just the ceramic.
It's
that's
just
like,
stupid. And it just started, it was probably dying. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it
Yeah,
wasn't any
yeah.
kind of like mystical thing. It's just a stupid thing. But I was really horrified by it. And then it was like, when we were moving out of that apartment, my mom was like, where's that clown? I was like, we fucking burned. I mean, I shattered its face
Oh my
on
God.
a rock and then burned it. My mom was so fucking
That was
mad.
like Furbies. Furbies were weird too. Did you ever have a Furby?
Oh yeah, Furby. No, I never had a Furby, but I know Furby.
They were cool. They were spooky too. Sometimes they would just randomly like be like, "Oh, Tani," in like the middle of the night, and you'd be like,
Their little eyes moved, right?
"Yeah, they did." And then
Yeah.
they came out with them again when I was in college, and we got one, and it would do that. It would like randomly turn on and be weird and creepy. I can get you more water if you want.
No, it's okay.
You good? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So nothing, whatever. The Ouija board thing, whatever. It was just a weird experience.
Spooky.
Yeah.
We
But you're a
should've got
horror
one for
movie
the pod.
person.
I love horror movies.
Yeah.
I want to see Long Legs. Do you like scary movies?
I do. Isn't that like the fourth sentence in Scream?
Yeah.
I want to see that too.
I just love Nicolas Cage too. I will
He's
watch
great.
anything that man does.
Did you watch that fucking movie he was in?
I just watched it. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent or something.
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
The where he plays himself?
Yes.
No, the movie he was in where he becomes he's in everybody's dreams.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's really good.
Is it? Oh, okay. I gotta
Yeah,
watch
it's
it.
like
Okay.
really good.
Okay, okay.
And I think it's supposed to be a talk on quick celebrity. Like that fucking Hawk Tua lady
Yeah.
is in all of our brains today.
Oh my God. Okay, I
Because
have
of
to
this.
watch it.
Like it literally like he's a teacher and then one day everybody's like, I had a dream about you last night. And then they just don't. And that's kind of it's a take on like instant fucking
Whoa.
celebrity or whatever.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
But it's really good.
Nicolas Cage to me is one of my favorite actors, and he's such a weird man, but he's such a movie star. Like you can't deny when he's on a screen, he is like, I don't know, he has it. He has it. Face Off. One of the greatest movies
so
ever.
long. It's like fucking 4 days long.
His entrance for that movie, I think, is one of my favorite moments in cinema history. He's like dressed up as the priest.
Yeah.
And he's like swinging his head. That was fully him.
What is his name in that movie? Castor Troy.
Wow.
And he has, and he has that fucking dragon red suit thing with the two golden guns.
He's crazy.
Complete insanity. But that movie's really good, and I do want to see Long Legs. A friend of mine just saw it, and he's like, it's definitely not scary, but he goes, but it's really good. And then he goes, wait a minute, maybe it is scary. He goes, if I think about it, he goes, maybe I love this movie?
Yeah.
Because at first he goes, I didn't really like it. It's good, but it's not scary. And then in his text messages, he goes, wait a minute, I'm still thinking about it, so maybe it is really good. And I read somewhere that it's definitely not like jump out at you scary, but it's
Yeah.
more like psychologically scary.
That's my kind of favorite. I like a psychological horror.
The ones that we get like a Hereditary type deal.
Love Hereditary. God, like Sixth Sense kind of vibe. Like
Yeah,
Signs too. I love
Signs great.
Signs.
I love Signs.
I love M. Night Shyamalan.
Yep,
I love him.
yeah. I'm excited to see that movie that he Trapped.
Trapped. Wait, okay, let's talk about Trapped. That's a great segue.
But that's what it's called.
Okay, well, there's a lot of good horror. I just saw Quiet Place Day One because I just love Lupita Nyong'o. I'll watch anything she's in, and that other guy, can't remember his name, but he's great too in it. I liked it. It's great.
Yeah, I watched the first Quiet Place. The second one I didn't like.
Quiet Place Day One.
No, I think Day One is the third.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's Quiet Place 2, yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah.
Cancel the pod. End of it. No.
Yeah, I didn't love Quiet Place 2. Quiet Place
Okay.
1 is it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. But again, back to zombie movies. I love those kind of movies. I love a 28 Days Later. Love I don't know, honestly anything scary. But okay, let's talk about Trapped. 'Cause
Trapped.
It's great.
Thanks.
Where'd that come from? What was that like because it's a short series. What was it on? Because I saw it on your website.
It's all on my website, but it's on Fibe TV in Canada.
Nice.
It's on a very small streaming service in Canada.
So it's Canadian. Is the cast Canadian?
The whole cast is Canadian.
Nice.
So everybody in the cast is actually basically from Nova Scotia.
I was gonna, because it takes place there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's shot in Truro, Nova Scotia. I mean, during the pandemic, life was, so I wrote a thing because I was thinking about moving home, and
you were in New York at that time.
I was, yeah. You done, huh? We're both done.
No,
Kidding.
I'm literally
No,
not okay.
kidding. I'm not okay.
This is
That's so
brave.
funny. You're like, let's talk about Trapped. And then you're just like, oh yeah, yeah.
Go on. You tell me all about it. No, I do that all the time. I think when I talk a lot, I yawn. It's weird.
It gets you get tired. The it's not like the most original thing that's ever happened, but I wrote a show basically about what would happen if I had to move home. So I there's 2 seasons, but they're very short episodes, but there's 12 episodes.
Yeah.
It's all on my website. The woman that plays my mom, Trina Corkum, is like
She's
fucking
great.
but that is my mom. That's like 100%. That's
It
like
is your mom?
No.
Oh.
It's not my mom, but she nailed my mom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, as I was sitting there watching her, I would go, Trina, you don't know my fucking mom, but like, yo, this is how she acts. This is what it is. Anyways, I move home, and I get into an argument with my old boss who blackmails me into working at the job I walked out of.
Yeah.
And hilarity ensues. Ha ha ha. But it was super fun to write. It was super fun to do. The man that
great production value. I mean, it's great.
Thanks.
It looks great. Sounds great.
Thanks.
It's great.
Yeah, the guy that directed it, Jonathan Torrance, was on Trailer Park Boys, and he's done a whole bunch of shit in. He's done a whole bunch of shit. Like, he's fucking great. But and he's in it. He plays my cousin in it. And it's on my website. Check it out. It's called Trapped.
It's really good. Well, and it's nice because I kind of miss the short web series kind of days.
Yeah.
Those are kind of in the past. I don't feel like they're happening really anymore as much.
Yeah.
At least in the mainstream.
Yeah, maybe. And if they do get made, they're kind of then become a way bigger deal. Maybe like somebody buys it and then it becomes like more of a show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun to do that like shorter stuff. I'd like to do more of that, but you just need like
money.
Yeah.
I know.
That's kind of what it is.
It's tough. And then comedy. So did you go to school for theater or anything? Because you're really a great actor too in your show.
But it's just me playing me.
Yeah, but still,
Thanks.
It's great.
I went to I guess long story short, no. I went to improv classes and stuff. Growing up, I was on the improv team in high school, and I went to Neptune Theater
Your
School.
high school had an improv team? That's cool.
Yes, but only at the very end.
Okay.
We didn't have it for years and years and years, and this lady, Miss Cantwell, she was like, I'm going to start an improv team, and I was like, I'm fucking there.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was like the most fun I had. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I went to Neptune Theater School, but not for acting. I've taken some acting classes, but they're fucking weird, man. They're just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Did you?
I love it.
They're so weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I love it.
We're gonna be frogs today.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. There's definitely some stuff to be garnered from these things, 100%.
Oh yeah.
But I had you know who Kevin Pollak is?
I don't know. I know the
You
name.
would know him to see him for sure. He's been in a million things.
Okay, I'm really good with faces, not good with names. So that's probably it.
Anyways, he's been in a million things. But I whatever. Talking to him at one point in time because of a thing, who gives a fuck, whatever. But I asked him if because I was going to acting classes at the time, and I was like, did you ever go to, like, what were acting classes like for you? And he's like, I never went to acting classes. Mm-hmm. I was like, really? And he's been in like a fucking billion things. And he goes, yeah, no, I got cast in some stuff, and then I just sort of learned on set. I would watch people and just like figure things out. And you go,
yeah,
wow, that's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah.
Because the thing that happens with lots of stuff, when somebody tells you how to do a thing, then you become locked into this deal. Mm-hmm. I even said that because did you watch, you've seen The Room?
Yes.
Did you watch The Disaster Artist?
Yes.
I just read the book.
Oh, I love everything about that world.
The book of The Disaster Artist. I keep meaning to DM this man. I don't know him.
Tommy Wiseau?
Not him.
No.
Greg Sestero.
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
I want to DM him. I'll never hear from him. I don't know him. I have no connection
honestly,
to him.
you might.
But I want to. That's funny. I might. But I want to go, buddy. Because here's the thing. The Room is very funny.
Yeah.
The Disaster Artist is very funny.
Yeah.
The book is better than both of them.
I haven't read the book.
Read it.
I'm going to read it.
It's so funny, but I even said that to say that the guy that so Tommy Wiseau,
Yeah.
he's living in LA, floating around, all this kind of stuff.
If you've never seen The Room and you're watching this, please go watch that movie. It is
or even The Disaster Artist, about the making of
watch
the fucking.
them all. I think it's important
Watch 'em
to have the lore.
It's
you
so
gotta
funny.
watch The Room. It's crazy.
It's so great. But so anyways, they're floating around. He was going to acting classes.
Yeah.
Nothing's really happening, blah, blah, blah. There's a reason I brought this the fuck up.
You want to message him?
Yeah, but I would think I'm talking about acting classes and acting stuff, blah, blah, blah things. Oh, people, if you learn a thing a certain way and people tell you this is how it's done, then that's what you're going to...
Right.
And you don't have any of your own stuff to bring to a thing. Could potentially happen.
Yeah.
So anyways... I only said it to say this guy floating around LA. Everybody's like, "You're the fucking worst. You suck. You can't act. You're garbage." One time, and it's in the book, him and Greg, they get stuck in the Golden Globes traffic. They're behind like a bunch of limos and all this type of shit. And Tommy Wiseau flips the fuck out in the car. He kicks the goddamn dashboard and he goes, "Fuck this. I'm gonna write my own fucking movie and do my own fucking thing. Fuck Hollywood." And then he wrote The Room, which is considered one of the best worst movies ever made.
Yes.
Right?
It's unbearable, but you can't look away.
It's so funny, but I only said that to say
but
that
it's meant to be such a drama.
he still thinks to this day that it's like a great drama. It's like a great American tragedy. But like, if he had picked up some of the things in his acting classes, if he had like listened to a lot of these things, we wouldn't have The Room. Now, The Room is not fucking Goodfellas, but The Room is huge. Yeah. And The Room is very, it's a big movie and it's so funny. And thank fucking God that this man just snapped one day and fucking made it.
That's what we need now. We need somebody as delusional as him to do that again.
But that seems to be everybody. In a weird way. That's, you know what I mean?
I know.
But I don't know. I only said it to say that no, I never really went to like, no. But I used to go to, I went to so at the time, definitely when I was growing up, there was no real industry in Halifax.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of one now, but there was like zero.
Yeah.
But this talent group came to Halifax and I read about it somewhere and it's like, come down and be famous, whatever the fuck. So I got my mom to drag me I dragged my mom to whatever.
Yeah.
And she takes me and I go to this like, it's a whole big conference room and there's a bunch of agents.
Oh God, okay.
And I go over to a table and this lady's like, she goes, "Can you read this?" And I read whatever. It's like, crackers are fun. Whatever the fucking thing was. You know what I mean? Some copy for something. And she goes, I put it down, she goes, "You got it." She goes, she goes, "I don't know what it is." She goes, "I'm getting like a Topher Grace thing from you, maybe like a little Anthony Michael Hall." And she's like, you got it." She's like, "So," and I'm fucking, this is the only thing I want to do.
This is it.
Oh my God. So I go to my mom. They're like, but the catch was, they're basically like
$250.
$600.
Oh shit.
$600 to be represented by these people. Jesus. And it's like they would give you headshots on the kind of stuff, but they're gonna show you to Hollywood. They're gonna take my little lobster fucking head and they're gonna drive it to LA, okay? And they're gonna tell everybody at Disney that I'm the new whiz kid.
We got the new Topher Grace, baby.
We got the new goddamn Topher Grace. Start writing, honey, I blew up and shrunk the kids in the same movie. And he's going to play the big kid and the little kid. He's the kid.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my God, I just need $600. And we get in the elevator and I tell my mom and she's like, this is bullshit. This is all fucking stupid. This is so dumb. None of this is real. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm losing it. Yeah. And so I got a job.
Oh my God.
At that point in time to make $600, because I just need $600.
Yeah.
If I work at A&W in Bears Lake for 2 weeks, I can make $600. So I got a job solely to make $600 to give it to these fucking people. But I didn't end up giving it to the people because I started to think like, maybe this is stupid. I should just kind of do the stuff I can do here. But, and also one time, the same agent thing, my friend who wanted to be an actor at the time, she came with me to a thing and then these two, they were like, we're friends, so they wanted us to come. This is so fucking, this is a part of like,
Yeah. No, this is
the
fascinating
universe
to
that's
me
gross.
too. Yeah.
So my friend, very hot fucking Norwegian lady, we go to this room. And again, we're like 16 at this time. We go into like a Days Inn fucking room to meet like an agent. Okay? And he's like, dude, I'm going to give you the best job you've ever had in your life. He goes, you're going to take pictures of her in a bikini. And me and her both were like, and we left there.
Oh my God.
And she was like, that's not happening. I go, yeah, no, that's not happening. Like, what are we talking about? That's not a thing.
16.
Yeah. And also, I'm like friends with this lady. Like, it's just like, it was a weird fucking thing. And kind of, I think maybe a little bit since then, she was like, I don't want to do any of this at all.
Yeah.
But we just got fully grifted by hell.
Yeah.
We got fully grifted by the idea that, like, you can be famous. So one, I said into that to say that, like,
And those still happen, by the way.
of course they do.
They're like, you
Of
gotta be careful.
course. Of course. But I say that to say that one thing is like, if you go to certain things, whatever it is that you do, you have to try to keep whatever it is that like is your own personality for stuff.
Yeah.
And two, back to circling all the way back, a little bit of the stuff that you were talking about at the beginning. It can't all just be about being famous. It can't all just be about being rich. There is a whole thing of like the art of things and making stuff and liking the craft for what the craft is, even though that's a disgusting sentence, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like if any of these things, we can't all just blindly go, but I want to be famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of people, like, there are a lot of, like, what was I listening to recently? There was a guy who was talking about, like, grifters and stuff and how there will always be people that will just pump shit out, that will write feature films back to back to back, and they can just pump it out, and it'll get made, and they'll do well. But it's the people that, like, are the ones that are so passionate about it, and so those are the ones that kind of get left behind a little bit, too, because we're so, like, I don't know. We care too much about it. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wish I was a little bit of a grifter, but I don't think I am.
I know I'm not.
Maybe we should be grifters. No, let's just start faking everything and just being, I don't know, but
Grifty. Just grifting.
But we're not. And you're.
know.
So tell me now. So okay. So where, like, you did that. You didn't do the agency thing.
Yes.
And then when did you start performing stand-up? You were like, okay, this is...
So I started doing stand-up the first time I ever did stand-up, I was 16 in my improv class.
Okay, oh yeah.
And that went so horrible that I was like, I'm just going to be an actor, which is an insane thing to say.
Yeah.
Being an actor is so hard.
Yeah.
Like, if that's your life, if you're an actor, that's fucking hard.
Yeah, it is.
That's so much. I mean... I don't know. I think that's harder than stand-up, personally.
Yeah.
Because somebody basically has to tell you can do it.
See, and I feel the opposite. I feel like stand-up is the scariest thing ever.
Sure. And I can completely see how you would think that.
Yeah.
But I just mean, you can do stand-up.
Yeah.
Nobody really has to tell you can or can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And like, sometimes you'll showcase for something, they're like, you can't do whatever. You can't work here or that kind of thing. But like, there's always somewhere where you can go do stand-up. You can get in front of a mic, in front of drunk people that aren't there, or whatever the fuck. And do stand-up. Acting is like a completely different fucking deal. But anyways, so I was like, I'm just going to be an actor, which is an insane thought to have. But then I started doing stand-up consistently when I was like 19. And that's kind of it.
Damn. And when did you move to New York? When were you like, I need to get out of Canada?
The stupid thing, and it's different now, but the stupid thing about Canada is that years ago, it was like you have to leave Canada if you want to do anything in entertainment. It's different now. There's more outlets. There's more stuff, and there's like a lot.
It feels like now a lot shoots up there.
Exactly,
too.
and also like Schitt's Creek, Letterkenny.
Yeah,
both of these are massive fucking things that started in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But so I always had the thought in my head that like, oh, you gotta go. But also, I always wanted to live in New York. My favorite comedians are from New York. Yeah. So I wanted to live in New York as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're there. Have you always been there now? Like that's your...
As far as like living in America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever think you move to LA?
No.
Yeah.
And I like...
Even though you like it.
I do. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. Betty's cool.
She's so cool,
but,
isn't she?
She's the best. But yeah, no, I like New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like the seasons. It's just the summer.
Yeah.
Were we talking about that before we recorded the podcast or during?
I don't know.
Talking about how hot New York summers are.
It's the worst.
And it's just, I don't know, for me, because I was in Harlem for 6 years. And then I'm from upstate New York, but I lived in Harlem for 6 years. I'm from Albany, Schenectady area.
Troy,
capital region. Love it.
Cohoes,
Niskayuna. Love Saratoga. We love upstate New York. And then I lived in the Hudson Valley most recently for like 2 years in Kingston, New York.
Okay.
But when I go back to the city, like I was saying, I went back for a comedy show and I couldn't bear it. It was so it felt so different to me. Like after the pandemic, New York feels so different to me. I don't know. It's not back yet. It's just it feels really. But I was also down by Gotham Comedy Club, so it was like kind of the dregs. That area, you know?
I love Gotham. That's so funny that you call that area the dregs.
Well, I love the club.
There are parts of New York that's 23rd Street. That's fine.
I know.
There are parts of New York that are, way draggier.
Yeah. I don't know. Where I was staying felt really druggy.
Yeah. I could see that, but
it was like on 28th, between 7th and 8th or something. I don't know. It just felt...
It's like that's like the
costume district or the garment district?
Yeah. No, not the garment district. I think that's farther up, but that's like there's a whole street of plants.
Oh, I
that's
do
also
love
where the
that
Fashion
street.
Institute is on. Yeah,
the Plant Street makes
Plant
me
Street
really
kicks
happy.
ass. Yeah, you're in the.
I think that's like 29th Street.
Yeah,
between,
you're
like,
not in
7th
like
and 6th.
you weren't in one of the least draggy places. You might just hate New York.
Well,
now.
also it was just so hot and
That
it
part
was
is bad.
so smelly. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
But you love it. And
I like New York. I'm not
I'll
going
always
to move out
love
here.
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
But you're one of Variety's comics to watch.
Yeah.
And what's like going on now? What have you got going on right now?
Oh well, I'm after the Variety list. I'm pretty rich now. It just happened today.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do they give you a lot of money when you make the list? They're just like, here.
Everybody does. So I'm rich. I just keep getting checks and like direct deposits and Venmos from all over the world. Really, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. You could change the world with that money.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no. Keep it. Hoard it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hoard it. I'm gonna
start stockpiling for when the apocalypse inevitably happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna just invest it and live off the interest and
crypto.
Yeah.
Are you into crypto?
No.
Me either. I don't know anything about it.
But I'm whatever. I'm working on stuff. I'm trying to come up with more things and working on things.
Yeah. What are your thoughts before we wrap? Because I know we literally could go on and on and on. But what are your thoughts on like AI and the changing of the industry? Like, I feel like stand-up comedy feels like something that's not super affected by it, but you would know better than me.
It depends. I think, and I could be wrong, and this could be like wishful thinking. I think that live performance could not be affected by AI because there's something about live performance that you just cannot recreate.
Even with a hologram.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm very scared about AI. I don't want any part of it. I don't even have an Alexa. None of it interests me. And again, these are famous last words of a guy who ends up living under a bridge while everybody enjoys AI and they're all making billions of dollars. But
I hate it too, though. It feels like the end of the world to me.
It could be.
You know, I don't know. I don't even use it for anything. I don't use it for anything. I'm always paranoid about it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not even going to ask it to like write me a cover letter or anything because I haven't written a cover letter in like since high school. But you know what I mean?
I do.
I won't use it.
I won't either. I saw there's a commercial for it and it's like there's an AI program that will write your book for you and then you basically just edit some things and make it your own. And it's really depressing.
You know what I should do, actually? I should have AI write a show for me and perform it. Like, but not really give it any notes. Just have them write a show and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that today.
I could do that. I could do it in 5 minutes.
Absolutely. You could literally have a brand new hour, one-woman show and start just rehearsing.
I know. Well, I am writing a one-woman show. Plan is, hopefully, to premiere at New York Comedy Festival.
Oh, cool.
Are you doing anything for that?
I don't think this year. I did last year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and you've done Just For Laughs. I mean, you've done so much. You're all over the place.
Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah. But I did the New York Comedy Festival last year.
How was it?
Fun. They asked me to do. I performed at Gramercy Theater.
Nice.
Which was really fun. Yeah, it was great, man. It was cool to be asked to do it. I've been in New York for a while, so it was just like, it was a fun thing. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, well, thank you like so much for coming today. I don't
for
want to
having me.
take all of your day, but I literally could sit here and chat with you and bullshit around for a really long time. What do you want to plug? Like, where can people follow you? Where can people watch your stuff?
So I got 2 specials on YouTube. One's Money Never Wakes. The other is called Down with Tech. Please check them out. I have all my social stuff is at Nathan Macintosh, MACINTOSH, and I have a website if you want to check it out for like shows, nathanmacintosh.com.
It's a great website, by the way. Very easy to navigate.
It's like one of the worst.
Really? I thought it was great.
Thanks, but I mean, it's one of the worst in terms of like, it's just basically like page, but all my stuff is there. So those are the things. Thank you very much for having me, Mackenzie. This was great.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
It was great. Guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Do me a favor and subscribe. And have a great day. Don't let the internet get you down, you know? Like, I mean, we will, but you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.